Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about breaking news surrounding the release of the Federal Reserve's report on their CBDC and what this may mean for Quant. On the 20th of January, the Federal Reserve released its long-awaited report detailing the intricacies of CBDCs and what a Federal Reserve CBDC would mean for the US. The paper was titled Money and Payments, the US Dollar in the Age of Digital Transformation. The paper initially outlined the challenges surrounding the payment system associated with current financial infrastructure, most notably challenges faced by the lack of banking accessibility and payment services for everyday Americans, whereby more than 7 million or over 5% of US households remain unbanked. Nearly 20% more have bank accounts but still rely on more costly financial services such as money orders, check cashing services and payday loans. The paper also outlined restrictions in cross-border payment infrastructure, namely slow settlement, high fees and limited accessibility. The sources of these frictions include the mechanisms of currency exchange, variations in different countries' legal regimes and technological infrastructure, time zone complications and coordination problems among intermediaries, including correspondent banks and non-bank financial service providers. The paper then went into detail explaining the benefits surrounding the implementation of CBDCs. Benefits surrounding CBDCs could include CBDCs will lead to the promotion of financial inclusion, particularly for economically vulnerable households and communities. Furthermore, the leveraging of CBDCs will limit the risk of financial crimes emerging, whereby financial institutions must comply with a robust set of rules that are designed to combat money laundering and the financing of terrorism. The paper outlined a number of risks associated with the introduction of a CBDC, whereby the advent of a CBDC will lead to changes to financial sector market structure. A CBDC could fundamentally change the structure of the US financial system, altering the roles and responsibilities of the private sector and central banks. Another sticking point surrounding the implementation and development of a CBDC includes restrictions and limitations to consumer privacy, whereby a CBDC could lead to the direct recording of a user's financial transactions. Despite the Federal Reserve releasing a paper detailing the intricacies surrounding an American CBDC, namely the potential benefits and limitations associated with a CBDC, the central bank did not provide a definitive decision in regards to the development of a Fed CBDC. The Federal Reserve will make such decisions based on external factors, namely decisions made in Congress and other bodies within the American governmental and financial sectors. Despite the Fed not providing direct clarity in regards to whether a CBDC will be leveraged by the nation, the paper did provide details in regards to the features a Federal Reserve CBDC will entail. Such details could be directly overcome and leveraged by current DLT offerings on the marketplace, most notably the fintech company Quant Network's utility. As highlighted in the paper, the Federal Reserve sees a CBDC as a prime candidate to improve cross-border transaction verification activities, whereby the paper mentioned improvements to cross-border payments. CBDCs have the potential to streamline cross-border payments by using new technologies, introducing simplified distribution channels, and creating additional opportunities for cross-jurisdiction collaboration and interoperability, and noted that a nationwide collaboration would need to be conducted to coordinate issues surrounding a common standard and infrastructure for CBDC payment methodology. The innate limitations associated with CBDC infrastructure will require an overarching platform to provide connectivity between such networks. The only technology on the marketplace which can provide interoperability between networks of varying nature is Quant Network. Quant Network is a closed-source technology which requires a license to access the technological innovation the platform provides, namely overledger and Quant's multi-ledger token. These technological innovations are further protected by a number of patents. This will ensure that other DLT projects on the marketplace are unable to replicate innovations using the same technological methodology. Quant's overledger will provide the potential to seamlessly exchange digital assets and datasets between ordinarily inoperable networks, be it DLT or legacy. Overledger's ability to seamlessly connect varying networks will provide the potential for future innately inoperable CBDC networks to seamlessly connect, and thus providing the potential to induce cross-CBDC implementation to support cross-border exchanges when different central banks are using different ledger technologies. Furthermore, as outlined by the Fed's paper, the leveraging of a CBDC could lead to fundamental changes to the structure of the US financial system, altering the roles and responsibilities of the private sector and central banks. Potential limitations surrounding the interaction between CBDCs and legacy banking and financial frameworks can be overcome through the direct leveraging and incorporation of Quant's overledger offering into the frameworks of the financial system, whereby through overledger, interoperability between networks will act as a portal to facilitate the coming together of the new age innovation of DLT with legacy frameworks associated with the banking sector. The utility of Quant network requires the need for licensing fees to be paid to the Quant treasury in the form of QNT tokens. Licensing fees attached to the use of Quant network's technological innovations is pegged to the US dollar. The following clip from Quant CEO Gilbert Verdian breaks down the pricing structure linked to the use of Quant.
Does this mean a central bank that will use the overledger will pay in QNT? Is it a joke?
That's a good question. So thank you for the question, Alexei. So what we're doing is providing the rails, the network infrastructure to be able to transact. If the application running on the overledger network is a CBDC, then it has the same rules as the network. You have to pay the transaction fees in QNT, the license fees to be able to do that. It really depends if they use it. So I would love to see central banks using the overledger network. It'll be a great testament to the technology, and there's a lot of interest in this space. And what we'd love to bring is interoperable payments around the world onto the overledger network, so you can transact cross borders without having the limitations of the existing system. So if that's the case, we'd love to have that on there.
With the Federal Reserve providing details in regards to developments surrounding CBDC initiatives, and with a number of limitations associated with the direct utility of a CBDC, the likes of Quant may be the offering of choice which facilitates the overcoming of limitations surrounding CBDC developments. What are your thoughts on Quant? Do you think the Federal Reserve will leverage Quant's offerings in a potential CBDC? Let us know your views in the comments below. Become a Crypto Clan member by joining us on Telegram and Twitter, where we talk all things crypto. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.